Ready?
Hello and welcome. My name is Gavin Finley. I'm on the board of the Light Evangelism Ministry into West Africa, into Liberia specifically, and up into Guinea and Ivory Coast. And today we have a very special guest, young Mark Dahn, who is the son of our director, Mark Dahn. And he's just returned from Africa on pretty much a work party, Mark,
Yeah,
was it? So
a lot of work.
your dad gave you plenty of work to do while you're there, did he?
Yes,
so
sir.
kept you in shape, and so you managed to achieve quite a lot while you were there. And tell us a little bit about what you did.
Well, first off, when I first came to Monrovia, Liberia, it was just, it was a warm welcome. Got to, well, we went there at night. We got there at night, and we couldn't really see anybody. So when morning time came, I got to see most of my family members and like my cousins and stuff like that.
So you hadn't seen them?
Never before.
You'd never seen them before?
No.
So you were born here in America, and your mom and dad came out of Liberia in the late 80s. And so you hadn't met your family before, so it must have been a good reunion, eh, to see,
Yeah, it was.
see them all?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you saw the school and the guest house and the new construction on the church, and the work on that fence.
Yeah.
Apparently that was pretty intense work, eh?
Oh yeah, it was intense work. Yeah, we made cement like with rocks, and then we had a little bit of cement bags, and then with sand and water. So like we made it.
I know your dad. He stretched the cement
Yeah.
as far as he could go, right?
Yeah, we dug a lot of holes to put the cement in, and then put the gate posts. No, the gate posts in.
Yeah.
Before we put the gates on.
And you got your straining posts organized, and then you just ran your strains from that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you dug them down deep so that the critters and the four-legged and two-legged couldn't get underneath the fence to get into the woods school, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And so you got established in your digs, and how was your accommodation there at well, I guess you were in the guest house there, were you?
Yeah, I was in the guest house. Yeah, we stayed in the guest house. Yeah, we finished. As soon as I got there, they already finished putting the tiles down. And while we were there, they finished I think they only finished at least one bathroom. Put the tiles on, and like the sinks in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the toilets and all that. So like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bathrooms in the house.
And very necessary in
Yes.
Africa and the
Yeah.
tropical areas. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a pretty big house, and one of my friends, Stone French.
Yes, he went with you.
He went with me. Yeah,
you flew out together.
Yeah.
You got stuck in Brussels for a while, eh?
Oh yeah, I stayed in Brussels for like a day, but before that I was in Newark for like 2 days. So yeah, it was.
So you slept in the airport, eh?
Yeah, I slept in the cold airport.
Yeah. Well, so you finally managed to fly into Monrovia. You got a great warm welcome, and then saw your family members, and then were put to work pretty quickly, eh?
Oh yeah, the next day we started brushing the bushes and grass and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you got ready to put the fence in at that
Oh
point.
yeah, no, not at that point.
Okay.
Later on.
Oh, later on you did, eh? So you saw something of the school, and tell me your impression of the operation there as far as the school. Did you go into the classrooms and see the children being taught and so forth?
Yeah, I saw most of the classrooms, how the teachers taught. It was pretty amazing, to see that. And it was a pretty nice sight to see, because, if you look, when you see it, like, when we go to churches and my dad's, he's doing like presentations and you see it, it's like, it looks nice.
Yeah.
But when you go there in person, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
My dad did that. That's pretty cool,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really
So well, you're coming to an understanding rather early, Mark. normally young men appreciate their dads when they reach the age of about 30 or 40, and then suddenly realize, hey, my dad was brilliant. But here it is, you're just a teenager and you're already understanding that, so that's great. So what other jobs did you do when you were there on the campus? Did you do any construction on this church, or is that sort of waiting at the moment?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit lacking at the moment, but
they got the foundations in, eh?
Yeah, they got the foundations in. They started putting a little more of the pipes in. So, like, bathroom pipes and all that.
Yes,
but they didn't really finish. I believe they're still working on it as we speak. But yeah.
And how about the water tower that your dad was talking about, and the wells? They got one well or two wells on the campus?
We have one well that everybody uses.
What, the whole community?
Yeah, the whole community.
Oh, okay. So we dug the well, and the whole community comes in and gets clean water.
Yeah. So
okay. So we need to do more of that. Eh? We need to dig more wells.
Yeah, maybe another well would be nice, and then just refill the other one that we have.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
And the water tower they're building so that it'll have pressurized water throughout the campus, eh? For the children. What, we got 150 children there on the school?
Yeah,
now?
I believe. Yeah, 150.
That's pretty.
And we have 2 new machines. I believe they're like water machines or something like that.
Are they for not desalination? Are they? They'd be for filtration, perhaps.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I forgot the purpose of it. I think it's something along those lines. But yeah, we have those that they'll be using.
Yes. And your dad's got plans for the peanut butter machine too.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the peanut butter machine?
No, I did not. I saw the ice machine.
Yeah,
the 2 ice machines. Yeah, we have 2 ice machines.
Yeah. And the library for the school.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So you're going to show us some pictures on the PowerPoint to follow. So that's going to be good. Okay, so when you were on campus and in Africa, you made sure that you had that mosquito net securely fastened around you at night, eh?
Not necessarily, but yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of, when I woke up in the morning, I had a lot of bites on my arms and stuff like that.
So you didn't get malaria while you were there?
No.
Well, we were praying for you. Tell you what,
thank God.
Your dad's had malaria a few times, and our missionaries got malaria. God bless them. And sometimes it was not too nice, but that's Africa, isn't it?
Yep.
You got to deal with what you got to deal with.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
And so, tell us a little bit about your trips out of the campus, Mark. You headed off to Nimba.
Yeah, we went to
the north.
Nimba. First off, we went to go pick up my grandmother from on my mom's side, and we headed out the next morning, early in the morning, and we stopped to see my Uncle Takpo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really funny, and he talks a lot, kind of like me, but he was not. It was nice to see him and all. He was. Seemed like a cool uncle. He was really awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, and then after that we saw him, and then we kept on going, and then we got to stop at my mom's old nursing place.
What is that? Where she learnt nurse anesthesia?
Yeah, nursing. It was pretty nice there.
Did she learn her anesthesia in Monrovia, or it must have been Monrovia she learned anesthesia?
Maybe.
Yeah, your mum was given anesthesia in Monrovia. When the rebels came through, killing people, and that was when your mum and dad decided to leave Liberia. She was a wonderful nurse, and so you managed to drive through those rugged roads, eh? And you had the 4-wheel drive.
Oh yeah, I was one of the most.
Toyota? Was it the
funnest,
Toyota or the Nissan?
The Nissan, yeah, we took that out. It was fun.
The Toyota's got better clearance for going over those horrendous roads. Eh?
Yeah,
but you took the Nissan out there.
Oh yeah, the Nissan with with like real off-road tires and stuff. It was crazy.
So they put some bigger tires on it.
Oh yeah, it was.
We sent some over.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Okay, good. Yeah, we got the most rugged tires you could get for good traction in those abominable roads in West Africa.
Yeah, we were just passing by people going up the hills, and and watching them get stuck. It was,
Oh man.
yeah, it was crazy. A lot of little cars, like
No kidding.
like
Now, little cars with
yeah,
low
they were like
clearance?
the mud was like up to their windows.
Oh man.
Yeah, some of them was like that, but
Yeah.
it was.
Did we ever put a winch on the front of that Nissan or any of our vehicles? I'm not sure we did, but that would be helpful
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
too, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
didn't
it
get
was.
stuck, eh?
No, we did not.
So how did you get through
Floored
those
it.
mud puddles?
My dad just put it in four-wheel drive and floored it. Yeah,
Florida, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a good solution.
yeah, that was the fun part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
full speed ahead, eh?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you arrive at your destination and managed to see those people out. Did you ever get out to the orphanage where that wonderful lady who's taking care of those orphans?
Yeah, Miss Aunt Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yeah, we got to see
She's
the.
something else.
Yeah, God bless her. You know.
Did you,
Yeah.
have we managed to build something bigger than that little hovel that they have?
Not at the moment.
We need some funding for that.
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
You can put an appeal out here for some funding
Yeah.
for the orphanage
Yeah.
up north of Monrovia and Nimba. There's a wonderful lady there called Rebecca who's been taking care of orphans there for several years and stacking them up, on benches like the U.S. Navy and battleships, three tall, and so she needs some funding for that. And one thing about our mission into Liberia, whatever people want the funding to go to, they can choose to designate it as such. We do retain a 15% for the administration, and but basically there's no advertising, no money going at advertising or middlemen. Whatever you contribute goes pretty much holus bolus to the mission, so that's pretty wonderful. So we need some funding for the orphanage back in back country of Liberia. And did you ever get up to the border with Ivory Coast up there?
No, but we were. There was when we went back to Ganta, like it's 6 miles away. I believe Guinea was 6 miles away or something like that. But you could see the mountains of Guinea off in the distance, so that was pretty nice to see.
You know, we have people from the mission that are going into Guinea and Ivory Coast, French-speaking Ivory Coast, and we're supporting them in ways that we can as we're able to. So there's another opportunity for people to support faithful people and help them to be able, rather than choosing able people and trying to make them faithful. If we find out who is doing a good job and who is faithful, we can help them. And there was one native evangelist pastor we gave a bicycle to, and he pedaled across into Guinea and started 3 churches. So, I don't even know his name, but that's where we need to track these people down and get their stories and get them interviewed and so forth. So
there's when we went to the orphanage, there was one guy that my dad met, and he was a Muslim, and I believe he was the father of one of the children at the school, in the school that we have, and he was I forgot what it was called, but it's their they have this they have this fasting thing.
Oh yeah, was fasting for Ramadan, was it?
Ramadan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramadan. And he wasn't a Christian. So they were talking. My dad and Uncle Rex.
Yeah.
They were talking to him about Jesus, and he said, "Let me wait until after Ramadan to become a Christian." And my dad said, it would be better if you do it right here
I know
in
what your
Ramadan
dad would have
season.
said.
Yeah.
He would have said, "Now is the day of salvation. Now is the accepted time."
Now would be the best time.
Yeah.
And so right there and then they prayed and he became a Christian right there.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. We haven't seen much trouble in Africa and down in the southern parts with Muslims. Normally we have some reasonably good conversations with them, and not like up in the Sudan, but apparently we are seeing more people come to the Lord now out of the Islamic world than ever before in history. So we need to be encouraged about that, and not and bomb them with the Word of God rather than with bloody weapons, you know. So what else can you tell us about your trip inland, Mark? Anything else before you return back to Monrovia? Some days before you flew out, eh?
One of the good visits I had was, you know, just driving out into the open on the dirt road and just looking out and seeing the view.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so
just
you got
seeing
good,
the mountainside.
You got good, beautiful soil out there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's fertile soil. I mean, it's ready for agriculture. And when peace comes, then the peaceful pursuits of agriculture and nurturing of animals, chickens, goats. We still got goats on the property?
Oh, in the school?
Yeah.
No, there's no more goats.
Yeah. How about chickens? You got chickens, right?
Yes, we have a ton of chickens. Yeah,
okay. And there's gardens. There's gardens being planted and fruit trees and things. So we're doing a bit of Johnny Appleseed work here, eh? You know?
Yeah, maybe
you know
a little bit. Yeah.
Did you know that Johnny Appleseed was a born-again Christian?
No.
Yeah. So he had that nurturing spirit.
Oh, yeah.
That he wanted to plant something that was going to be beneficial for other people. That came out of heaven.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't come out of any government programs, did it?
Yeah, I understand.
So that's a big lesson for us in this day and age, that there is a God in heaven who's still doing things beyond what we can ask or think. So, okay, Mark, anything more about your inland trip, and then perhaps you can tell us about the last few days before you left, and what you saw then.
On my last day there, you know, it was pretty sad. You know, everybody was crying,
saying goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. You know, just, you know, like one of them told me, you know, it's really bad that you're leaving. You know, you just stayed a month and now you're leaving. You know, it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know, I made a lot, like almost like the whole community. I knew almost a lot of the kids there. You know, they knew me, like as we were driving. They said, "Bye, Mark, bye, Mark." Like different people from different areas. I was just like, "Oh wow."
Yeah. So you were a bit of a celebrity there, right?
Yeah, I felt like it.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So they knew that you did some good work and that you came all that way to be of service in the kingdom and to take care of their needs, and you were doing it for God's glory. You weren't doing it for any other purpose, right? So that's great. And then so you flew on back, and it was an uneventful trip back, eh?
Oh yeah.
Right, not like the way coming in, huh?
Yeah, it was much more relaxing.
That's good.
Yeah, but that's the trips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's a funny part. When I was flying to Liberia, we stopped in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And I got off the plane.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to get off the plane.
Oh yeah.
I was supposed to stay on the plane to go to Liberia.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got off the plane and started walking off, and then I saw a sign that said "Welcome to Sierra Leone." I'm like, wait.
Wait. Got off in the wrong country, eh?
And then I showed one of the flight attendants like my ticket, and they're like, "No, you got to get back on the plane." And so I hurried back on the plane. But one of the guys, he came out of the plane and said, "I thought you said you're going to Liberia." I said, yeah, I just remembered.
Yeah. So somebody was taking care of you, right?
Yeah, so that was
great.
one funny trip there.
Okay, well, what we're going to do from this point on is Mark here is going to dig out his photos. And you got a video too as well, Mark?
Yeah, I have a few videos. Most of them are
photos
from my dad. Yeah.
So we're going to dig those out, and we'll do a PowerPoint, and I'll get you to give a little running commentary on the slideshow.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks very much, Mark. This has been great. We've been entertained as well as informed here today. So that's great. Wish you all the very best as you go forward. I hear you got a job when you came back to the States.
Oh yeah, thank God for that.
And you're going back to school.
Yes.
Good. And you're going to do some good studies, eh?
Yes, sir.
That's the ticket. Great. Well, thanks very much.
No problem. Anytime. Yes. All right.